Hi everybody. In this video, we're going to do a little refactoring. So we're going to, you read the lesson just prior. It described basically what we're going to do. Write reusable functions, openModal and closeModal, that we call them, we pass them a modal element as an argument, and it either opens or closes that element. So that is what we're going to do. The task description is really short and to the point. Implement reusable functions. These functions, they should satisfy these criteria. They should open a modal element. They should accept a modal element as an argument. When called, they should open or close the modal by modifying its class list. And you should use these functions everywhere you open or close one of your modals. So that's it, short instructions. How about you try to create the openModal function first and use it. Try to create the function and use it wherever it needs to be. And then when you're done, unpause the video. Okay, so I already kind of highlighted the code we use to open and close these things. So here we are opening this edit profile modal. Here we are opening the other one. Here we are closing one of them. Here we are closing the other one. The code for this has the same shape. We're either adding or removing a specific class. What differs is the modal element that we're using, that we're opening or closing. So here's how we can write this. Well, first we need, a function. This much is clear. Number one, should accept a modal element as an argument. That's simple. For something to accept something as an argument, you put a parameter in the parameter list. You could call it modal element. I'm just going to be simple here. When called, these functions should open or close the modal by modifying its class list. Well, what would that look like? Well, it's going to be modal.classList.add, because we want to add a class to make it visible. And then this is the class. And that's it, really. That's it for writing this function. Notice the one difference here is that it looks the same as what we have here, but we're just accessing and modifying the class list of the modal parameter, of the thing that gets passed to this function as an argument. So how do you think we would use this function? Here would be the first place, maybe the only place actually. Here is where we would use it, because this is where we're currently opening this. Well, here's one of the places where we use it. Actually, there are others. So it's really so it's quite simple if you know what to do. You call the function, and you pass it this argument. And that's it. It's going to have the exact same behavior. We can go to here, and we can see that we open it, and it still opens. And it still has the stuff getting added to it. And so basically all that we're doing is turning this into a parameter, because what code is getting run when we call this function like this? Well, edit profile modal is assigned to this parameter. So we basically wind up with this line of code getting run. And that's the essence of extracting code to a separate function. You find the pieces that need to vary, and they become parameters. So that's the first step. you can do it for the other one. I'm just going to leave to do, use this function wherever needed. And where is it needed? Well, anywhere you are doing this. Okay. Now for the other function, the closeModal function. This is really just the same. There's not actually any difference here. Well, I mean there is a difference. That's the difference basically. So give it a try, and then unpause the video. Okay, and here this is again very similar. Copy this, we paste it. We change the function name to closeModal, and we remove the class instead of add. And here's an example where we are closing this one. We can make the same change. Remember what we had here. And what we did was we could delete that line of code and pass the element to the function. So we can do the same exact thing here. Delete this line of code and pass the element to the function. Oops. And now if we open, we see that we can not close it. Oh, well, this isn't going to work. I'm trying to open this thing, but we want to close it. Got to call the right function. There. So now for this, note that there are multiple places. There are more places that we're closing the modals than we're opening them, because we also are closing them in the submission handlers. But we can handle that in exactly the same way. There's no difference. So this to do, I'll leave that as well. And that's everything. This is a quick project stage. And join me next time for the final project stage.